Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 60 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 30 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
Ask the Doctor is sponsored by Lange Eye Care. When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Good morning, and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins, here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. We're on our second hour now. We were just on the first hour, had a great show with Dr. Hall and myself. And once again, we're going to do the second hour. So no matter how simple or complicated your question is, pick up the phones, give us a call. I've been hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993, all over the world, all over the radio. You can tune in. We're in some new digs now. This hour is up in the Panhandle. So my old stomping grounds right around Destin and Fort Walton, some of the prettiest beaches and the prettiest water in the world. But we're broadcasting from Salem Media here in Tampa Bay. It's a beautiful morning today. And we're on the Faith Talk Network here in the Tampa Bay area. So write this phone number down. Remember, consultation is free. This never replaces a medical evaluation or an eye examination. This is for educational purposes only. 1-877-969-8600. I'm going to give it twice more. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. Who's Dr. Lange? Well, I'm a board-certified optometric physician. I'm a certified nutritional specialist. I founded Lange Eye Care and Associates March 15th of 1993. We opened 14 large locations in the state of Florida, including the Lange Eye Institute. I'm also the founder of Fortifeye Vitamins, Paleo Simplified, and a few other eye care-related companies. And Doc Hall is my partner in crime, or my co-host. And Doc Hall is an icon in the sports nutrition industry. Everybody knows of Doc Hall in the sports nutrition industry. He's a recovery expert. He's got a PhD in clinical nutrition. He's got every certification next to his name. So certified nutritional specialist, certified sports nutritionist specialist, and a lot more. Doc Hall, good morning. How are you, my friend?
Good morning, my friend. Good to be here with you this morning. And good morning to all of our listeners. We're glad that you chose to take an hour with us. Please call in. And if you weren't able to get in on the phone lines for the first hour, please call us back. We're here today. And so they're coming in, the calls. Dr. Lange is over here giving me the thumbs up that, yep, lots of people are loading up. So that's good. The second hour is usually a little bit more quiet. And so we can take more calls. And so if you missed out on that first hour, give us a call the second hour. First hour was terrific. We covered a lot of bases today, and we're going to do the same thing with the second hour. We have a lot to talk about this afternoon. Dr. Lange and I will be over at the Physical Culture Association, the PCA, United States Bodybuilding Championships here in Tampa. We invite you to come over. I serve as the commissioner for the PCA, so I'll be there in that capacity, but also out front, we have a booth there today. and we have some samples we're doing and things like that. So come on over to the bodybuilding show today. It starts at noon. We'll probably have you out of there by 5 o'clock, but you can come and go. And I'll give you a address later if you like. And but come on over and see us today. We're out and about. We won't be at the Clearwater store today, nutrition store, as I really like going over there and seeing all the folks. But come on out to the bodybuilding show and see us, and we'll be there till 5 today.
And it's in Ybor City. It's in one of those older, auditoriums, and he'll tell you where that is in just a few minutes. And we're going to talk about Dr. Lange's quick makeover in a few minutes, how you can look better very quickly, really quickly, without surgery. But let's go to the phones. First caller of this second hour, let's go to Don and Hernando. Don, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. I've been using Fortifeye Focus for quite a few years, and I am one of your patients. I had a question concerning the zeaxanthin in that. I had a discussion with someone recently, and they said that as part of the process of purifying, which may or may not be the right word, of the zeaxanthin, that it might be very likely that there's some meso zeaxanthin with that, even though it's not claimed on the label.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you have any insight in that?
I'm an expert in this area, Don. Absolutely. So right now we use a company called Omni Actives, and we use Lutamax 2020. And Lutamax 2020 is the most studied lutein zeaxanthin formula on the market in the world. Okay. And if you go to my website at fortifeye.com, you can see a lot of those studies if you go under Fortifeye Focus. So these studies have proven that this combination of lutein and zeaxanthin isomers, okay? So if it just says zeaxanthin, it's only zeaxanthin. If it says zeaxanthin isomers, that means it does have a form of meso zeaxanthin in it as well, okay? In a ratio that they think, all right, is the best and the top for the retina. So in the retina, in the macula, we have 3 carotenoids. We have lutein in the peripheral macula. We have zeaxanthin in the subperipheral, and then we have mesozeaxanthin in the dead center, all right? And so this carotenoid replenishes all of this. This replenishes what we call macular pigment density. It helps filter out the harmful blue light from damaging your eye. It's especially crucial for anybody that's on a computer a lot or in a digital screen environment or has had cataract surgery, because the human crystalline lens does absorb some of that blue light. If you've had cataract surgery, it goes right through and literally can fry your retina. And this is one of the reasons we think after cataract surgery, you're more prone to having macular degeneration, all right? And there's other supplements out there that have higher dosages of mesozeaxanthin than OmniActive's Lutamax 2020. But we took a combination of lutein, zeaxanthin isomer, which has meso in it, and astaxanthin. I was the first in the United States to do that. So that's 4 carotenoids that are actually in the eye. The astaxanthin is in a different part of the eye, not in the retina, but it lowers inflammation and oxidation, improves choroidal circulation, and improves focusing ability and helps dry eye, not to mention a lot of other health benefits. So here's another question. Do we really need mesozeaxanthin? Because it doesn't occur naturally in nature unless you eat the shells of turtles and the skin of wild salmon, all right? And most of us don't eat that. So the question is, probably most people don't need mesozeaxanthin. Most people don't, because the body can convert lutein to mesozeaxanthin. However, there is a percent, and we don't know who and how many. There's a percent of the people out there that do not have this enzymatic capability to break down lutein to mesozeaxanthin. And that percent of population may be more prone to developing macular degeneration. So that's why you see supplements coming out with mesozeaxanthin now, and then smaller amounts of mesozeaxanthin. That's why we have it in our supplement.
So would that be the case as to why someone with autoimmune might fit into that particular category where they cannot break down the mesozeaxanthin?
That's a great question. And once again, I'm not the biochemist, I'm not the expert in this area, but I see people that do have autoimmune problems, all right, that are more prone to developing dry macular degeneration. And when you think about it, maybe these patients cannot convert. And so a lot of these patients have this geographic atrophy of their macula, and maybe they're the ones that can't convert. So I think as a rule of thumb, I'm recommending people starting this supplement at a very young age. I have Mackenzie, my 15-year-old daughter. She's been on it since she was 10 because the digital world, Don, when you grew up and I grew up and Dr. Hall grew up, we didn't have a computer, all right? We didn't have an iPhone. Now everybody, they're born, with a pacifier and an iPhone in their hand, all right? And so this digital world is causing a lot of retinal problems, and we're seeing it very early. I'm seeing 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds now with retinas that look like they're 75 and 80. And so that's why I think it's important to supplement at a very young age with a supplement like Fortifeye Focus or something that does have similar nutrients in it, and or eating plenty of organic kale, organic spinach, as long as it's cooked to reduce the oxalates, wild Alaskan salmon, orange bell peppers, because they're the highest in zeaxanthin, and then goji berries have the absolute highest amount of zeaxanthin. So if we eat those foods, that can help us, age gracefully.
Well, thank you very much for your insight. It's hard when you read on the internet to find information that's, I'm going to use the word as focused as what your answer was.
Right. And so, Don, on the internet, there's naysayers of meso-zeaxanthin, and there's people that say it. So you either read that it's a poison, it's an overcooked lutein, all right, or you find it's the best thing since sliced bread. So it falls somewhere in the middle, okay?
Or you find from your own use that what were retinas that scared eye doctors no longer scare them when they look at your checkups.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, you like when the doctor looks at your OCT scan and says, wow, this looks pretty good. Everything looks stable. Or this looks better. You don't like it when they look at it and they call other people in to look at it and go,
No, you don't like that when there's a crowd over your shoulder and you're in front of your computer talking to me.
Right.
We don't like that.
No, Don, thanks for the call and great talking to you.
Same here.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctors. Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Richard Hall here to answer your questions regarding vision and eye care. If you're a bodybuilder, if you want to be a bodybuilder, if you're aging and your face is starting to look ugly and old, give us a call. We're just not talking about eyes. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. Dr. Hall, Fortifeye Super Omega is still our #1 supplement globally. But Fortifeye Focus is, I think, going to pass Fortifeye Super Omega and Super Omega Max combined within a year. I am putting everybody and recommending everybody because everybody on a digital application needs to be on a supplement, if not our Fortifeye Focus, one similar to Fortifeye Focus. I know you've been on it, and I think you've actually told me that it seems to reduce your eye strain and eye fatigue and things of this nature.
Absolutely. About 2 years ago, you and I were on one of our trips, and I just related my eye fatigue in the afternoon, and that my body wasn't fatigued at all. My mind was firing on all ends, but my eyes just gave it up. And then you looked at me and you said, Doc, you're our researcher. You're our guy that's on the line all the time. And, you either have a cell phone in your hand with a screen, you have a computer screen, and when you go home at night, what do you do to relax? You're in front of a TV. So you're getting bombarded all the time. And so basically what we did, I was already on Focus. But what I did is, at your recommendation, is I started 2 a day. And I take one in the morning, I take one in the evening, and I seen a marked improvement. I really have. I don't have those afternoon, and it just came on me. I didn't even think about it. One day I went, wait a minute. I didn't have the afternoon slump like I usually did with my eyes. And it works. It really does work. I mean, as far as an anti-inflammatory too, I hear lots of things from athletes and like that that are taking our omegas and they're taking our Focus and for eye care and for other things. And they'll go, but Doc, is can that affect my joints and my ligaments? I don't feel, I have that joint pain anymore like I did. Yep, it's inflammation, and then now it's being reduced in a good way without drugs and without all kinds of other things. It's more of a natural, synergistic way that it's helping your body all the way around.
Well, Fortify Focus also helps protect us from the UV light, not only potentially blue light damage, but the ultraviolet light. The astaxanthin, the lutein, and the zeaxanthin in Fortify Focus help protect the skin. Really amazing. And most women notice this when they're on one pill a day and they're under 120 pounds. After they've been on it a few months, they notice less fine lines and wrinkles. And there's many clinical studies that have actually proven that it works, minimizing fine lines and wrinkles in the face and even dark spots at one a day. Over 120 pounds, I think 2 a day is actually better. Certainly over 200 pounds, 2 a day is ideal. I take 2 a day. I'm 60 years old now. I don't need reading glasses, all right? It does help muscle endurance. It helps muscle recovery, and it helps our joint pain as well. So it's not only good for the eye, it's good for other things as well. So before we take the next call, let me give you the phone number, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. I was going to talk about this in the last hour, but I just didn't have time. We were inundated with calls, and we had a lot to cover. But I want to talk about something here, and this is becoming very vogue. All of our patients, we really want to age gracefully. Everybody wants to look better and look younger and be stronger, right? So this is a quick makeover. Number one, most important thing, believe it or not, and we talk about this all the time, is losing weight, right? 10% of your body weight. So if we weigh 200 pounds, lose 20 pounds, all right? If you weigh 300 pounds, lose, 30 pounds. So just 10% of body weight not only reduces the chance sixfold of having atrial fibrillation, but it's like a little mini facelift because your face tightens up, all right? So weight loss is important. Number two, we make a product called Collagen Plus, Fortify Collagen Plus, that has a German collagen called Verisol in the clinical dosage that showed minimized fine lines and wrinkles after taking it, hyaluronic acid, which is amazing for the skin, and peach ceramides, also amazing for the skin, and certain things like vitamin C and a few other things that make it all work well together. Collagen Plus, most people after a month also notice minimal fine lines and wrinkles going away. And so when you're losing weight, you don't want to have that crinkly, wrinkly skin when you're losing weight. So if you add this Fortify Collagen Plus, it helps. Now remember, too much collagen can be a very bad thing. Too much collagen can, cause high blood pressure, kidney stones, and constipation. And Doc Hall and I both know that because we're our biggest guinea pigs in the development phase of something called super collagen. We overdid it a little bit. So we don't want that to happen to our patients. So we lose a little weight. We take Collagen Plus. We eat this food every meal for 3 days. Wild Alaskan salmon, a plate of organic greens with lemon juice on it only, and a bowl of organic berries. So you can have blueberries and strawberries and blackberries, wild Alaskan salmon. You can put a little pink Himalayan sea salt and pepper on it if you want. A bowl of organic greens, whether it's lettuce, kale, spinach, whatever, on lemon juice on it all. You have that for breakfast, lunch, and supper, breakfast, lunch, and supper, breakfast, lunch, and supper for 3 straight days. So we take a little weight off, add the Collagen Plus, wild Alaskan salmon, greens, and berries every day. That's 9 meals. Then a drop you get from your local optometrist or your local ophthalmologist or us at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, called Upneek. Upneek is an eye drop. You get instant gratification. You put the drop in, 20 minutes later, your eyelids go up 20 to 30 to 40%. It works, folks. I've got hundreds of patients using it. It's relatively inexpensive. You can get it through your doctor. You have to have a prescription. We have them for sale at the Lange Eye Institute, and we also have samples. So it's called Upneek. So your quick makeover, a drop of Upneek, all right? Lose a little weight. Collagen Plus, 1 scoop a day in your coffee or just in water. Eat wild Alaskan salmon, greens with lemon, and a bowl of organic berries for every meal for 3 days. Also, the Fortify Focus isn't a bad idea to add because the astaxanthin, believe it or not, makes the collagen work better. So we'll throw in the Fortify Focus. There you go. Quick makeover. You will thank me down the road. All right, we're loading up on calls. Let's go to Steve in Clearwater.
what I think would be interesting, that zeaxanthin versus meso zeaxanthin, I'm suspecting that is a photochemical reaction. It's not an enzymatic reaction. And I think it would be really interesting to take a person who has been in the dark or in darkness for about, let's say, 24 hours, let's say 12 hours, and then take a person who's been in the light for 12 hours and see if there's some way they could measure the differential, the ratio between those two. And I suspect that people who have been in the dark for a long time have more of the 1S isomer, and then that if people who have been in the light for 12 hours have a different ratio of those two isomers. Because it looks to me like that molecule could be photoactive.
Interesting. That's something we should talk to Karen Heck about. Maybe she'll be a guest on the show again down the road.
For instance, if you take a photography, okay, the light changes the film. On the film of the camera, the light changes the chemistry of the film. There's no enzymes in photographic film. Some chemical things take place just by the excitation of photons from the light. And I'm suspecting that you don't need any enzyme at all to convert those two enzymes those two isomers to each other. But I don't know how you would test that. You obviously can't go biopsy retinas. But think about that. Think of a way we could figure out how that could be.
That's interesting, Steve. But, when we're talking about dark and light, I do know something clinically that I just want to pass on. You just brought that up, having to do with carotenoids. So we test dark adaptation in our clinic. It's like a virtual reality. You put this head-borne unit on, and it actually flashes a bright light, and then it times the exact amount of time before you recover, and you can see a dim light again, and it compares it to a normal database of your age peers. And we're finding that people that have early subclinical macular degeneration have a very reduced dark adaptation number, all right? And we ask these patients in a subjective, questionnaire in the beginning, how's your night vision? And if they say they have poor night vision, that can be related to anything from dry eye, different refractive error, early macular degeneration, cataracts. A lot of things can cause it. But we do this dark adaptation test. It's covered by insurance. And we see that they have a very low threshold. Well, what we found, because a lion's share of my patients are taking Fortifeye Focus, that people that are on these carotenoids, their dark adaptation is very, very quick. This is great for me since I race cars and sometimes race at night. You don't want to be flash blinded by a car coming towards you on a different part of the track, blinding you when you're going 200 miles an hour. So, and now we do put people on 2 Fortifeye Focus when we test them, and we have them back in 6 months, and we retest them again, and their dark adaptation improves dramatically. So
how long does it usually take? Or is that the way you can? How long is it? What's the normal length of time it takes to adjust? Like if you come in from the darkness to a bright room, or vice versa.
Well, an example, we flash a light in you. Somebody can usually recover very, very quickly. Some people in, 6, 7, 8 seconds, and some people can take 10 minutes. Okay. So it's different for every individual out there, but it's a pretty fascinating area. Most doctors do not do dark adaptation. It's relatively expensive technology, but we have it available at the Lange Eye Institute. It's another tool in our shed to help diagnose macular degeneration in the earliest stages.
Yeah. Well, I almost got killed by that very phenomenon when I was coming home from a school trip in 1969 in grade school.
Just the other day.
We were coming home on the bus at night, and that's when, they use flash bulbs and cameras and stuff.
Right.
And one of the students, we were all took a picture of all of us in the bus. And it reflected off the light on the flash bulb reflected off the light of the windshield into the bus driver's eyes, and he couldn't see. He could not see. He lost his vision.
Right.
Literally lost it.
Flash blind. Yeah.
And our coach had to step in and take over. And that's it. Almost that very phenomenon of adaptation almost got us in a severe accident.
Hey,
so very interesting.
Let me ask you a question, Steve. It has nothing to do with anything in life. But, I used to ride the bus at Sam Barth for all the people in New Orleans listening, and they used to pick me up and come up to my house. And, all my bus drivers, they always looked like Charlie Manson, and they were on crack or coke when they were driving. The craziest people drove the buses, you know. Now, that couldn't happen today. I mean, I'm sure you got to do all sorts of tests to drive the bus. But let me tell you, in the 60s, there was no testing to get bus drivers. I mean, I got this guy, Stacy. He looked like Charles Manson. I swear he had a six-pack before he picked me up. And we would go down the road, and if there was a big puddle on the side, he would swerve and hit the puddle just to splash all the kids walking to school. And he had this crazy laugh.
Yes, I know. And, you know, it is a very, I'll tell you why. Guys who have done that for years, like these city bus drivers, it's a very stressful job because you know how stressful it is just driving a car. Well, if you're driving a city bus, you're starting and stopping, going a few blocks, starting. You got to watch the back door. You got to do it. And when you sit for 8 hours a day for 20 years, almost every one of those guys, I will look at them down at the bus terminal, and I see them getting off the bus, and almost all of them limp because they've all have this vein problems in the legs and stuff. Yeah. And it's amazing. It's a very stressful job, and I have a tremendous respect for those city bus drivers because they have a very difficult job. They really do.
They need to be wearing compression stockings. A lot of airplane pilots wear it. And for folks out there, if you're flying to Europe and you're a little bit older, put a pair of compression stockings on. Probably not a bad idea to have half a baby aspirin before as well. But
yeah, good idea.
Yeah. All right, Steve. Thanks for the call.
Okay, and I hope you have a wonderful time at your meeting today. At your show today. I'm sorry I can't be there, but you will definitely take 2 or 3 people and extend their lives today. I guarantee it.
Thanks, Steve. Have a great day.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve.
God bless.
All right, let's go back to the phones, and then we're going to have some more conversation with the icon in the sports nutrition industry, Dr. Hall. But let's go to Barb Griffin in Clearwater. Barb, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Lange. Good morning, Dr.
Good morning.
I first of all want to shout out for the super protein and the greens. My son-in-law has been in a battle, literally a battle for his life, and that has been a lifeline for him like you wouldn't believe. He now has a feeding tube, and this afternoon I'm going to go over and put the protein and the greens in the tube. And this has been literally, it's been a lifesaver for him. The labs and all have been significant, great because of the fact that he's on these products. And I just can't thank you enough, both of you, for your caring and wanting to really improve people's health. Also, in your earlier program, which was marvelous, by the way, you talked about interstitial cystitis. And I'm sure you remember my daughter, Arlene, suffered greatly with interstitial cystitis to the point that she was actually suicidal. I had to even go to Jamaica, order from Jamaica to find something that did not have fillers, dyes, things that would literally double this girl over. My husband, thank God, was out in the car and listened to your program. We found you, and it was absolutely the best day of our life other than accepting Jesus Christ as our Savior.
Amen.
Finding you, and you introduced us to the triglyceride fish oil, and then, of course, naturally, the rest of your products that we got on. You literally saved our daughter's life. She took a fish oil, triglyceride fish oil, the regular. Now she's on the max, but she took the regular at that time. I kid you not, one capsule took the inflammation out of that girl's bladder to the point that she could start living a normal life.
Wow.
And I just had to inject that, and we are so grateful. And again, thanks to you, people need to know that all fish oils are not created equal. And thanks again, guys, for your dedication. You are two wonderful supermen, and we are just thrilled that you're in our lives.
You know
Thank
what?
you.
I'll speak for both of us on that. Thank you so much for those comments and compliments. I think you just made the day for two doctors, and thank you very much. And continue on with the program. And thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. We're always here for you.
And we're pulling for your son-in-law there, and I'm glad that Fortifeye is a part of his life and able to help him. It's kind of crazy, some of the stuff they want to put in people's bodies. Some of this stuff, I'm not going to mention any names, but some of the stuff they want to put in feeding tubes, and some of the stuff they want people to drink that that have cancer. I mean, things that are filled with chemicals. When you look at the side of the bottle, there's nothing but chemicals and things like genetically modified soy protein. So I'm glad the superfood and our grass-fed, undenatured New Zealand proteins are helping. All right. I think we lost Barb. We probably disconnected her. All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. Give us a call, 1-877-969-8600, 1-877-969-8600. All right. Also, I want to mention one other eye drop. We talked about Upneek, the eye drop that actually can make your eyelids go up if you have baggy eyelids. And you could be 20 years old and have baggy eyelids. Certainly 70 and 80 have baggy eyelids. Talk to your local optometrist, local ophthalmologist. Ask for a prescription for Upneek. They should have a sample they can give you. If not, come to the Lange Eye Institute. Come see us. We'll give you a sample. You try it, and we have them available for you at the Lange Eye Institute. But there's another drop called Regenerize. Regenerize is a drop for all of you that have extremely dry eye, all right? And you've tried everything. Prescription eye drops. You've tried every artificial tear. You've had punctal plugs. You've had procedures done. Your eyes are still sandy, gritty, burn, tear, itch, fluctuation in vision. You got to try Regenerize. You can get that at our Lange Nutrition Center with Dr. Hall in Ocala. You can get it at Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater. You can get it at the Lange Eye Institute. You can get it through many doctors, eye doctors out there. Regenerize is a stem cell enhanced eye drop from human stem cells. It's about $75 a bottle. If you buy 3, it gets down to $65 a bottle. But there's not a price on helping eliminate the severe problem of dry eye. So something for everybody to think about.
Dr. Lange, we had mentioned in an earlier show today about we went into a little bit of detail on a product, Upneek, and I just wanted to jump in on that I've used Upneek now for about 6 months. Used it this morning. We have a big show we're doing today. I want to look my best, and it's not about ego. I just want to look my best, and used Upneek this morning, 1 drop in each eye. Went on about getting ready for the show for this show. And, it does work, folks. There's a 30, 40, 50% difference in my eyes every time I use it. And I like it. In fact, I'm going to share this with you. I don't know if it's the white shirt that I have on today. I don't know if it's the diet I've been on or I've been working out. And I don't know if it's the Upneek. But so far today, I've received 6 social media requests to want to know, is Doc Hall single? And so I say that tongue in cheek. Again, that's not ego driven, but yes, I am single. But I feel good with it. It's a confidence booster too. You just, when you look better, you feel better. You feel better, you look better. And you get into that circle. So if you have those concerns and like that, try Upneek. It works.
Well, Doc Hall, you are looking good today. So you're going to look good up on the stage. It's the commissioner for the PCA. And you literally have hundreds of thousands of people watching you on social media right now. So if you want to see Doc Hall, you can go to any of our social media. Check us out on drmichaellange.com, drmichaellange.com. And you can go to any of the live. We're live on all sorts of social media right now. Also, there's a new website. I mentioned it earlier this morning, seems like yesterday, that I created. And it's called theultimatemusclefuel.com. You got to put the in it because there's another one, Ultimate Muscle Fuel. Put theultimatemusclefuel.com, theultimatemusclefuel.com. And I go into detail, and Dr. Hall goes into detail. We both wrote some articles on why the Fortifeye Fit, that's the ultimate anti-aging fuel is what I'm starting to call it these days, why we created it, exactly what's in it, what's not in it, frequently asked questions that Doc Hall compiled from interviewing physicians, parents, athletes, trainers, and coaches. They want to know about Fortifeye Fit, how to use it, what's in it, what's not in it, things of this nature. All of that is on the website, theultimatemusclefuel.com. Also, since we're so big into omega-3 and providing the best source of omega-3 for our listeners, our consumers, our friends, our patients, the world, I have a website that is going to go launch probably early next week, and it's called healthbenefitsofomega3.com. Healthbenefitsofomega3.com. So next week, you'll be able to check that out, and we're going to have a lot of really cool information on there. So we're going to talk a little bit more about anti-aging, slowing down muscle wasting and sarcopenia as we age in just a minute. But we're going back to the phones. Let's go to Tarpon Springs. I think it's Arthur in Tarpon Springs. Good morning, Arthur.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. I have a question, eye-related. I noticed that lately it seems like my eyes are pulsing, and especially after I exercise, it seems like they're just, it's almost like they're going in and out, pulsing in and out, and they're getting pretty bloodshot. I'm like fatigued, you know what I mean? And I'm just wondering, the eyes are the windows to the whole body. I don't know.
Stop smoking weed before you work out.
It's Saturday, folks. We're allowed to say that.
Okay, so seriously now. All right. So first of all, you need to get a blood pressure cuff. If you don't have one, you need to go buy one at Walgreens. The little automatic ones go on your wrist. And I want you to check your blood pressure now probably 5 times a day for the next 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks, you call me. If your blood pressure is obviously very high, then go see your doctor, right? But I want you to check your blood pressure before you work out and then right after you work out, okay? There's certain exercises that you can do that, especially if you're bent over a lot, if you're lifting a lot of heavy weight, it can make the pressure go up, your blood pressure go up. It can make the pressure in your brain go up and in your eyes go up. So we will want to know if it's going up too high. If it is, then there's a reason for that. So that's number one. You got to check your blood pressure, all right? If your eyes are red, there's a whole host of reasons for eyes being red, all right? Allergies. If they're red and they itch, it's allergy. If they're red and they just water and you're a little light sensitive and you're a little sick feeling, a little sore throat, upper respiratory, then it's a virus. If they're red and there's a green discharge coming out, then that's usually bacterial. And in adults, all right, believe it or not, green discharge coming in your eye can be synonymous with green discharge coming out in other parts of your body, as in an STD, sexually transmitted disease. I'm not saying you have an STD, okay? But for a lot of people listening, sometimes they have this chronic oozing green pus coming out and they go see their local eye doctor. They never treat them systemically for what's really causing it. But the number one cause of a red irritated eye after the age of 45 or 50 is dry eye, believe it or not. So what I want you to do is just try a simple approach. Either go buy over-the-counter an unpreserved artificial tear. The best on the market, in my opinion, is called Optase. You can buy that sometimes over-the-counter. You can get it on our website at fortifeye.com, Optase, and try putting that in right when you wake up in the morning and around supper time. Just 2 times a day will usually help dry eye. Remember, we've been talking about omega-3, especially our Super Omega Max, Fortifeye Super Omega Max. That gets into the meibomian glands very quickly after taking it, helps the glands secrete a healthier tear film. It can help with red eyes that are related to dry eye, but it can help with any red eye because it's an anti-inflammatory that targets the eye. So think about taking a good triglyceride form like Fortifeye Super Omega or Fortifeye Super Omega Max. So you got your list of what you got to do, right, Arthur?
I sure do. So would the omega-3, would that also help if my blood pressure was elevated a little bit?
Absolutely. Omega-3 is one of the best ways to not only lower lipids in your body, especially triglycerides, help with the ratio of cholesterol, lower C-reactive protein, but yes, it can help your blood pressure as well. And eating beets can help your blood pressure as well. Losing weight if you're overweight, cardiovascular exercise, all the things we talk about and promote on this program.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your help, and I appreciate you being here.
All right, Arthur, thanks for the call.
Thanks.
All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. Is Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Richard Hall. Give us a call. We're getting lots of calls in the Tampa Bay area. So we're waiting for some calls from the Panama City, the Destin, the Fort Walton, Pensacola area, because we are on a new radio station up there called the Florida Man. I don't have my hat on. We got a Florida Man hat. Give us a call. Let us know we're coming in loud and clear. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. Hey, Doc, Arthur called. When you see the word Arthur, does something come to mind?
Yes, one of the most funniest movies in the world.
Yeah, it does.
One of my favorites.
Arthur,
one of my favorites.
Right. And what about if you see the word Lucy? What comes to mind?
Oh, I love Lucy.
I love Lucy, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just want to chime in real quick. Received a bunch of emails and texts and some calls this week from folks that are doing our Fit Challenge. I think it was 3 weeks ago. We issued a little challenge, and we listed all kinds of things you can do to really, build your wellness platform for your own body. And a lot of people jumped in on that. It's a self-challenge type thing. You challenge yourself just to get better. And a lot of people are doing that. And the thing is, folks, not only are they doing it, they're getting results. That's the good thing. I had a guy called me the other day in just 3 weeks. He said, he lost 7 pounds and he's very happy. He says, I've been struggling to lose a pound. He says, for the last few years. And he says, hey, it hasn't worked. Nothing I've done. He says, I'll lose a pound or two, and then I go right back up a pound or two. And he says, this is working for me. So, check it out on our website. It's the Fit 30-Day Fit Challenge. And it's and all I'm asking, and Dr. Lange is asking, try it for 30 days. Give us 30 days, be consistent with it. And I will guarantee at the end of it, you're going to see that you're going to stay on with it, because you know why? It works. And it will motivate you along the way. And that guarantee comment, that comes courtesy of my partner in crime sitting across from me, Dr. Michael P. Lange.
That's my New Orleans accent. I guarantee. Folks, we're making some things for all of you listeners out there and everybody else. We're making some really cool tank tops. Now, we're making regular T-shirts as well, but we're making these cool spaghetti strap V-back bodybuilding kind of cool tank tops. And they're going to have one that's an army green, and it's going to say, Fortifeye Performance Nutrition, the ultimate muscle fuel. Join the Fit Army, or a proud member of the Fit Army. So that's going to be in the green, and the black one is going to be Welcome to the Revolution, Join the Fit Revolution. So we got some of those T-shirts coming out. We'll probably give those away to callers coming up in the near future. Also, I want to mention our location in Ocala. Dr. Hall is free nutritional consultations at the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala. That's right on State Road 200, two-story building across the street from the Paddock Mall. Check us out at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater, state-of-the-art vitamin store. All of the Fortifeye vitamins there. Plus, we have all sorts of other supplements there. And we're open 6 days a week there. I won't be there today. Dr. Hall won't be there today because we'll be at the bodybuilding competition. But that is Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater, right on McMullen Booth Road, about a mile down when you get off the causeway on the left in the Bayside Bridge Plaza where Publix is. It's Fortifeye Nutrition Center. Also, I see patients at Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. The Lange Eye Institute is a state-of-the-art eye care center, close to 30,000 square feet. Looks like a plantation on the Mississippi River. I built that from the ground up, so it's got everything a state-of-the-art eye care center should have in it. The phone number for the Lange Eye Institute, I'm going to give it to you twice, is 352-753-4014. 352-753-4014. Lange Eye Institute, Villages, Florida. You can Google that. Also, I'm going to give you the phone number for Fortifeye Vitamins in Clearwater. I'll give it to you twice. Get a pen and paper. You can call Arlene there, Miss Nita, Tammy, Brad, or the new extern. I think her name is Stacy. And that phone number is 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. 846. That's Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater, Florida. And we actually mail out. We have 2 distribution centers, one in Ocala and one in Clearwater, just depending on who orders from where it's going to go out from. But you can call Arlene. Anything we talk about in this program, she's very educated. She can help you out. Go to the website. We've got a lot of stuff on the website, and we're in the process of totally redoing the website. So it's going to be a work of art. We're putting a lot of effort into the new website. About every 5 years, we redo the website. The current website is fortifeye.com, Fortifeye. It's a safe way to shop, and you can learn on our website. It has all the clinical studies and the research and the science under each supplement, so it tells you why we developed it and why it's good for you. Fortifeye.com, Fortifeye, Fortifeye.com. I see somebody texting on Facebook asking to repeat that quick makeover really quick. All right, so I talked about at the beginning of the show, a quick makeover is take the Upneek drops, 1 drop in your eye because your eyelids will go up. Take 10% of your body weight off. I mean, some of you can lose a lot more, but that's instantly going to help your facial characteristics. Take our supplement or one similar to it called Collagen Plus, 1 scoop a day. So 1 scoop a day of Collagen Plus is great for the skin, hair, and nails. 2 scoops a day gives you the nutritional support for your ligaments and tendons as well. And then eat a meal that has wild Alaskan salmon, greens, organic greens with just lemon juice, and a bowl of organic berries every day, breakfast, lunch, and supper for 3 days. And then you can also add a Fortifeye Focus pill. And, 5 days out, take a before and after picture. You will notice a difference and you will thank me. So getting back, we got a lot of athletes, Dr. Hall, up in the Panhandle, a lot of military, a lot of guys and gals that got to stay in shape to help protect our country, right? And thank you for that. And they need the ultimate muscle fuel, Fortifeye Fit. And I have seen in our orders that, the Fort Walton area is probably the fastest growing area that is ordering our Fortifeye Fit. And so first, let me give you the phone numbers one more time. Get a question, give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. So talking more about the ultimate muscle fuel, Fortifeye Fit, it's not just for the military. It's not just for police and law enforcement. It's not just for pro athletes and amateur athletes. It's for everybody and anybody. All right. So we're seeing young people benefiting from it. Their strength going up, muscle, body fat going down, endurance going up, muscle mass improving. But we're seeing it not only in the young people, we're seeing it, our fastest growing population, and in male men is probably the Panhandle and Orlando, because we're on the Florida Man Network. But literally our fastest growing population of this is probably the plus 70-year-olds, right?
Absolutely. When we first did the formulation on this, our idea was to have a recovery formula for athletes. Dr. Lange and I are both involved in that. We thought this is a perfect way for the athletes to recover after workouts. However, as time went on, older folks were using our product, those in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And they were coming back to us and saying, you know what? I feel better. I'm stronger. I can get up out of the chair now. And a few of them that are suffering from sarcopenia, which is muscle wasting. Dr. Lange and I are both experts in that field. And it's a longevity field. And it's not a matter of aging that sarcopenia hits you. It comes along with that because there's a change in lifestyle. So just don't accept that, as part of, well, it's getting older, so this happens. That doesn't have to happen that way. And I've seen that in people every single day. So yes, it's a perfect supplement for all ages. Like I say, we start out with athletes. Now it's kind of morphed into it's for everyone. And I have that new on our websites and a couple other social medias there about some of the questions and answers that we've put out there for trainers and coaches and athletes and moms and dads and some of the young kids that use it out there. We hear all the time from 15, 16, 17-year-olds, girls and boys, that they feel that it's helped their performance. No stimulants, folks, no caffeine. Okay, this is not an energy drink that you're going to buy down at the local 7-Eleven. Okay, we don't like those so much, and so we're getting ready to what we have just about.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But before, I want you to announce the bundles, because we got a bundle for Fortifeye Fit that's a really good deal because we're getting ready to go out of time.
Absolutely. We have a Fit bundle. You receive 3 containers of Fit, Fortifeye Fit, the ultimate muscle fuel, and it's 3 for $100. Remember, folks, it's free shipping. Come out and see us today at the Bodybuilding Championships, and we'll see you next week, okay?
Thank you, Dr. Hall. So remember, Fortifeye Fit, you can buy single containers, or you can buy the Fortifeye Fit bundle, or the Fortifeye Performance bundle that comes with our whey protein and the Fortifeye Fit, the ultimate muscle fuel. Soon I'm going to coin the phrase, the ultimate anti-aging fuel, okay? I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Dr. Richard Hall and myself, Dr. Michael Lange, for 2 hours of Ask the Doctor. Remember, if you're not happy with your eye care, get a second opinion. Come to the Lange Eye Institute anytime. With that, I'm out of here. Have a great day. God bless you. God bless America.
Ask the Doctor is sponsored by Lange Eye Care.